Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time on a Wednesday night. In the middle of the Nashville Predators playoff push, they're currently down 1-0, but we're going to talk about what's gone wrong so far and what needs to improve over the course of this evening's abbreviated show. We invite you on Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch, if you want to get involved, to share this show around. On Facebook Live, it's very simple. Share now to public. Bottom left-hand corner of your screen. If you're with us on Twitter, you can retweet the show in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit the like button. And if you're hanging out with us via Twitch, you can let the good people know that A to Z Sports Prime Time, in its abbreviated version this evening, is live streaming and ready to rock. Now that more of you guys are here, we can go ahead and begin the show officially. Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time on a Wednesday from the DraftKings Sportsbook Studios. I'm your host, Buck Rising. Proud as always to be presented to you by the fine folks at Two Rivers Ford. Since 1983, the people that you trust when it comes to reliable, award-winning customer service and American-made Ford vehicles. Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, or online at tworiversford.com. Matthew McKinney says, why y'all don't talk about Memphis sports? Because the name of the company is A to Z Sports Nashville, brother. They wanted to talk about the Grizzlies that open up A to Z Sports Memphis, but nobody in Nashville cares about the Grizz. It's unfortunate, but we roll on. Proud as always to be presented to you by Two Rivers Ford and the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage at GaryAshton.com. That is where you go for your dream address without the stress. Don't sell without the intel. There he is, Gary Ashton, the big homie. I'll tell you more about the billboards that Gary put up in Raleigh that have gotten so much good coverage at the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage, the official real estate agent of the Nashville Predators, the Tennessee Titans, and A to Z Sports Prime Time. Brymak Mechanical, Brymak, that's Brymak.com. Satisfaction guaranteed on all of your HVAC needs. The people that you trust, the name that you know to get you in your comfort zone at Brymak.com. And of course, DraftKings Sportsbook, promo code A to Z Sports, gets you in on all the action. All right, we want to get you guys back in time for the last two periods. The Preds currently trailing 1-0. The question that I have for you guys, what's the one thing the Preds have to accomplish to be able to win tonight? Let me know in the comment section on Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch in this Power Primetime show, because we are going to get you through this first intermission. What's one thing the Nashville Predators have to accomplish to get the win tonight? Your Two Rivers Ford take here on A to Z Sports Prime Time. For me, so let's read some comments. We look bad, says Reem Rose. Xavier says, I want football talk. Guess I'll see you tomorrow night, Buck. Get out of here, Xavier, because we're talking Preds. Cy Yates 7 says, power play looks terrible so far. Something's got to change. Brad Lifford simply says, man up. It's your Two Rivers Ford take. So let me know how you guys feel about it here on the show. We will get to my answer here in just a second, right after I remind you about the fine folks who present the Two Rivers Ford take. That's Two Rivers Ford, Nashville's official headquarters for the 2021 Ford Bronco and the new electric F-150 Lightning. Debuted today, the F-150 in its beautiful, most full and eco-friendly form. Available, coming to a Two Rivers Ford near you soon in Mount Juliet or online at tworiversford.com. Also an official partner of the Nashville Predators. They present the Two Rivers Ford take each and every night. Score more goals, LOL, says Josh Brown. What's the one thing that the Preds need to do? Cole J. Young says, I don't think they are aware they have a man advantage when they're on the power play. Man, the power play is so bad tonight. They are struggling. 0 for 4 so far. Carolina continues to give them opportunities on special teams, and they keep allowing them to fall by the wayside. Brooke and JJ Parsons on Facebook Live says the Canes have looked like a far superior team. Mr. Weezer says this is a shit show. My thing with the Preds is they just look discombobulated. I mean, they look out of sorts. There's a laxness to them. They are the Grizzlies at least winning, says El Boogie 808. That's true. They have a winner go home situation tonight in Memphis, but right now we're talking about the Preds. Russell Frederick says, because they are a superior team. I assume he's talking about Carolina. We all knew this. Carolina, the Preds can't skate with Carolina. They can't score with Carolina. So this was always a long shot to begin with. But they cannot look as bad as they have really since the midway through the second period of game one. The Preds have looked out of whack. So for me, it is taking advantage of opportunities on the power play. 0 for 4 is unacceptable. Eli Tolvanen is in the lineup tonight. He needs to improve. He needs to contribute. Roman Josi as well. Philip Forsberg. They are all slacking. It's a one-man show out there right now. It's just UC Saros, and there's only so much he can do. Let me know how you feel about it. What one thing do they need to accomplish, the Nashville Predators, to be able to pull off the win? You know who's trying to help them? It's the Ashton Real Estate Group of Remax Advantage at GaryAshton.com. Now, you can't see my face because Gary's face is on the banner, the official real estate agent of the Nashville Predators, the Tennessee Titans, and A to Z Sports Prime Time. Gary Ashton is the man who has put up these billboards in Raleigh, North Carolina, because if the Preds can't win it on their own, they're going to need some moral support out there in Raleigh. The Ashton team is giving it to them and can set you up with your dream address without the stress. Hit them up at GaryAshton.com. Throw them a follow at Gary.Ashton on Instagram to see all of their great local listings. The Ashton Real Estate Group of Remax Advantage at GaryAshton.com. I believe Gary was in the comments tonight, so it's good, always good to see the big homie. Elboogie808 says, damn, that billboard shading you. Nah, that's okay. Listen, that's a pretty cool thing that Gary did. Thanks, Buck, from Raleigh for the Ashton Group, says Evan C. White. Pred's going to win 4-3, says Adam in the Bury. At this point, they are in bad shape. Russell Frederick says, I hate that people are insinuating that they have no heart. That's not the case. They're in a tough spot right now. Russell, I'm not insinuating that they don't have heart. I'm insinuating that they're not showing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about this game? Outside of UC Saros, what about this game indicates to you that anybody else is playing up to the level of expectation? They're simply not performing right now. Again, the power play statistics tell the story of this game. It is not they are not capitalizing on their ability to have the man advantage, and it is costing them dearly. Sebastian Aho scored first. It was effortless, it would seem. Mr. Weezer says, I'd rather watch the 0-16 Browns than this. No, I saw the 0-16 Browns play against the Tennessee Titans. It's just simply not so. Donald Red says, there's just a talent gap. I don't disagree with that at all. H. Welch 0 says, Buck, I'm not going to lie, I'm not vibing right now. Well, that's okay. We've got 2 more periods to watch. It's entirely possible that they can have some kind of resurgence, but they absolutely need to capitalize on special teams because they have to get at least one game in Carolina. They blew their opportunity on Monday. Tonight is the night if they're going to stay competitive in this series. You desperately need Mustache and the other dude to take over. Desperately, says Evan C. White. He's talking about Philip Forsberg and I don't know who the other dude is, but at this point, we need to see more across the board from everybody, basically, except UC Saros. Here's the next question that I'm going to ask you. Speaking of UC Saros, which Preds player do you trust most right now, not named UC Saros? Let me know on Facebook Live, on Periscope, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Who is the one player not named UC Saros that you trust for the Nashville Predators right now? It's an interesting question because I don't know how many people are going to give consistent answers. I think I might know where most of you are going to go, but at this point, we can't be certain. While you guys do that, I will tell you about our friends at Brymak Mechanical, BRYMAK, Brymak.com. Satisfaction guaranteed on each and every one of your HVAC needs. They will put you in a position to succeed because they will put you in your comfort zone this summer as the seasons begin to change, commercial or residential. You can get it done with Brymak Mechanical, BRYMAK, Brymak.com. Who do you trust not named UC Saros? This is the question right now. Donald says Philip Forsberg, Mr. Weezer, Pecorine. Johansson is who I was thinking of, says Evan C. White. So producer Reed brought up a great point while we were prepping this. while we were prepping the show with about 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes left in the first period. And he said he felt like a lot of you guys were going to say Roman Josi tonight, but that he in particular trusts Ryan Johansson. His logic was that Ryan Johansson, and I'm basically stealing producer Reed's point, but I'm at least relaying that it came from producer Reed. This is not an organic thought by me. I have good people behind me that make me sound much smarter. But producer Reed essentially said that that he thinks the advantage that Johansson gives them in his ability to win faceoffs, how underrated the ability to win faceoffs is in the NHL, and how efficient Ryan Johansson is at this particular regard. Now, listen, on Monday night, he let a goal go right past him, just kind of stood there and watched. So that makes me skeptical about what Ryan Johansson is capable of right now and just how much trust you can place in him, because you need a two-way player at this point from all of them if they're going to be out on the ice. Brooke says none of them right now. Adam in the Bury says Grimaldi, the guy on the bench, Lane Eisenberg, or Eiseren Hagen, says Duchesne with a bunch of laughing emojis, so you can tell not quite serious with that. Arvidsson always shows hustle, always capable of a magic moment, says Cy Yates. We'll see. We haven't seen a magical moment from anybody but Philip Forsberg on that first goal on Monday. I trust Philip Forsberg more than I trust any of them at this point, but it's still a problem for the Nashville Predators. And now we are going to get you back. But first, I need your score predictions. What is the final score going to be when the game concludes tonight? When the game 2 of this Stanley Cup playoff series, first round series between the Nashville Predators and the Carolina Hurricanes concludes, what will the final score be? Let me know on Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube, and Twitch as we go through this power primetime version to get you back in time for the second period. While you guys give me your score predictions, I will tell you about DraftKings Sportsbook because it's playoff time. Big stakes, you know this, bigger promotions. It's time to hammer the over and score some cash. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving you a chance to lower the over-under on the Clippers versus the Mavs. All players who place a bet on that game will have a hand in lowering the over-under on the Clippers versus the Mavs. That's right. For every 1,500 players who bet the over on the select game, the over-under will drop by 1 point. The best part is that even as the line lowers, the odds remain at even money. So you can double your money simply by hammering the over. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code A2Z Sports when you sign up to hammer the over. For every 1,500 people that bet the over in the featured game, the line will decrease by 1 point. Yes, this is your chance to improve the odds of the over hitting. So tell your friends and family it's a team effort. Hammer the over and improve your odds of doubling your money with promo code A2Z Sports for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Tennessee only. Restrictions apply. Max $25 wager, one per customer. Offer ends 5/23/21. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text the Tennessee Red Line 1-800-889-9789. Score predictions. What will the final be in game 2? Because the Preds are about to retake the ice against Carolina, and I want to get you guys back in time for the action on this power play primetime show. If we go down by 2, then Rene needs to be put in, says Mr. Weezer. It's not UC's fault, though, Weezer. It's everybody in front of him. They have been largely incompetent tonight. And UC has had very, very exceptional saves. Carolina, according to Jordan, he's just saying that they're going to win. Evan C. White, 3-1 Canes. Jordan says, okay, so Jordan did give me a score. I just missed it earlier. 3-1 for Brooke. 1-5 and L, but hoping for a Grizz win. L Boogie 808. 1-5. What do you mean? So you mean 5-1? Like why is the score backwards? Are you just doing it in favor of the Preds? The opening face-off of the second period has commenced, so I want to bang these out really quick. Philip Anderson, 3-1 Canes. Cy Yates, 4-1 Canes. Carolina 3, Preds 1 for Susan. You look exhausted, says Nick Kale. Shut it down. You know what? You're right. I am a little tired, and it's time to watch the rest of the Nashville Predators game. So we will conclude this evening's primetime show. Thank you to all of the people who make this possible. DraftKings Sportsbook, the Ashton Real Estate Group of RE/MAX Advantage, Two Rivers Ford, and Brymak Mechanical. I'm Buck Rising. I'll see you tomorrow night. Know that just because Nick Kale thinks I look tired, damn sure that the content's going to keep rolling. Normal primetime will resume for our final show of this week. In the meantime, know that the content's going to keep coming. So I'm not that tired yet.